Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So this video is coming in a wee bit late, but this is my July budget. So basically I get paid tomorrow, so I am coming in at £3,081. So this is a wee bit more than what I was expecting because I ended up having to go to a training course when I was on my annual leave, so I got paid 8 hours for that. And I also had a couple of shifts that I had to work late, so I got a wee bit more. I have my second source of income, which is £749, and I'm also bringing in some completed challenges, which amounts to £485. So the reason how I'm bringing these challenges in is because I've got a credit card bill that I need to pay because I had to buy a new Hoover. So rather than letting that credit card bill sit and just paying it off bit by bit, I'm going to use the money that I would normally use from my wages into my sinking funds, and I'm going to just use the challenges to feed into my sinking funds because the money's sitting there, so why not? So we have the usual bills. Some of these have already come out because they come out on the 1st of the month, but we have the boiler cover that comes in at £19.09. My RCN, which is my union because I am a registered nurse, so I have to have union cover, so that comes in at £16.78 every month. I have a subscription to Patreon, which normally comes out £1.24 but come out £1.32. 6 pence, 8 pence, whatever, that's fine. I have a pet plan with the vets for little Mr. Bailey, so that is £21.50 a month, so that covers his vaccinations, his flea, tick and worming treatment, his kennel cough vaccine, and then I get 10% off any medications he needs, 10% off any vet consultations he needs. Now, if you've been following my channel for a wee while, you might know that Bailey was in January diagnosed with having luxating patellas in both knees, which means he's got dislocated knees and also hip dysplasia in both hips. So the vet did say at the moment he doesn't need to be operated on, but he will in the future. So that pet plan also gives me 20% off surgery as well, so I think it's a good deal to have that. He is insured, however, you still have obviously costs associated with different things. So his pet insurance, I'm with a company called Napo, so that comes in at £134.75. That increased phenomenally this year following his diagnosis of his patellas and his hips. Now, I was expecting it to go up, however, I didn't expect it to go up as much as it did. But I'm kind of hoping that this won't go up too much more next year, but we'll just have to wait and see. But although it is a big premium, I definitely need to have this in place for him. My mortgage comes in at £386 a month, and I'm currently paying an extra £50 just to be a wee bit extra. Once my debt is all paid off, I will be increasing my extra payments. However, I'm managing this at the moment, so that's fine. Gas comes in at £41 a month, electric at £39.50. Again, I live on my own, although it's a 3-bedroomed house. I don't have my heating on much. So for gas, really, it's just for the hot water. I only have my heating on in the dead of winter. When I'm in the house on my own, if it's cold, I just if I'm not doing anything, I just lie in my bed to keep warm rather than having the heating on and just being up. Electric, obviously, I'm paying £39.50 a month. I don't use a lot of electric, and I do have solar panels. So again, this time of year, I'm using next to nothing, but that just builds up. And then every 6 months, I get a bill in. That comes in, there's usually some left over, and then that just rolls over to the next bill. But yeah, that's working for now, and that's absolutely fine. £15 for TV licence, £20 for home insurance. I think that might actually be about £23. I'll need to double check that, but that's fine. That's just a couple of pounds, so that'll be fine. My account fee is £2 for the bank account I have. Council tax comes in at £138. I pay that over 12 months, and that is with a 25% single person supplement. But that is what I pay every month. My Virgin for my internet and my TV comes in at £56.99 per month. This has recently went up. So once my contract ends, I'm going to see if I can either get that down or cancel it and just go with somebody else that's cheaper, because I don't watch the TV that much. Okay, I do use my internet all the time, but it's still a lot to be paying for internet, so I'm just going to shop around and see once I'm out of my contract. £45.99 for my phone bill. Again, I need to see if I can get this down. However, I don't know what's going to happen. I have paid off my device, so I did manage to get this down a bit, but I want to get it down a bit more, so I'm just going to see if I can get that reduced. £8.99 for my Amazon subscription. £204.99 for my Mounjaro injections, which I'm obviously taking at the moment for my weight loss, so yeah, it's expensive, but I am losing weight on it, so we'll be keeping that going for now. And then it's another bill for Bailey. It is his dog walker, so Little Paws, and I budget £150 a month for that. Depends on how many walks he goes on. I usually just pay, and then it kind of just rolls over from month to month. So if 1 month he goes extra walks, it kind of balances itself out, so I don't get like a big bill 1 month. Netflix comes in at £5.99. My Dingley design subscription comes in at £2.80, but that's actually already came out. And then I've got a repayment for £95, so that is my fixed bills. Again, that will be gone in a few months' time, so yeah. And then obviously next year I'm going to be paying all my subscriptions yearly, and then obviously saving for the following year. I'm hoping to pay my home insurance yearly, my TV licence yearly, and then just save them, so reduce my bills down. That's my plan. However, that's going to take a wee while to get that organised, but obviously I do have a debt management plan, which is £850 a month, plus I've got this repayment here that's £95, so once all that's paid off, I'll have that extra money, so every month I'll be able to just figure that out and organise that so that I can pay some things, pay the things I can afford to pay in a lump sum, and then start saving for the following year. So for groceries, I'm budgeting £400. For Bailey, I'm budgeting £80 because he is running low on bits and pieces. I got him some stuff this week, but he will need food and that. He probably won't need treats, but he will need food, so budgeting his £20 a week. What doesn't get spent, that'll just get rolled into savings challenges. 100 for spending, 100 for household and toiletries. However, that's spent. I went to B&M on Thursday. I did put it on the credit card. However, as soon as my wages hits my account tonight or tomorrow, whenever that may be, sometimes it's the night before, that'll get paid off and that'll be gone, and then that'll just be the budget for that for this month. I won't need any more household stuff. I won't need any more toiletries. So not having money budgeted for it is fine. And in the event that I do desperately need something, which I don't think I will, it can either come from my miscellaneous money or my spending money, and it'll be fine. £100 for travel. Again, that just goes in the purse in case I need to get a taxi home or to or from work. I will be using a wee bit of that money this week because I'm going to need to get a taxi to work on Tuesday because my mum's started a new job. She has different rounds she does it, and she's starting much earlier, so I'll have to get my own way to work, but that's fine. That's just one morning. Every other morning I'll get a lift, and I'll hopefully get a lift home at night from my colleague who's really good. Obviously, if he can't give me a lift, if my mum's around, she will. If not, I'll have to get a taxi, but that's fine. But at the moment it's looking like it'll just be one taxi. So again, that'll be a wee bit of money left to go into challenges at the end of the week. And then I'm putting £20 into miscellaneous, so that's just £5 a week. It is a 4-week month for me. and £6 into the window cleaner. But I need to figure out how I'm going to pay him, because he started coming when I'm working again. For a while he was coming when I was off, so when he was coming I was just paying him, that was fine. But because I work 12-hour shifts and he always comes back for the money when I'm still at work, I was missing him, so I had like 4 weeks owing, which my mum did pay. However, yeah, so I did pay her that back, but I need to figure out what I'm going to do about paying that and see, yeah, if we can work something out, or get an arrangement that he's going to come at a time when I'm not at work to get the money. So the sinking funds that I'm going to stuff this month, and the majority of this money is coming from the completed challenges. Wedding is getting £50, so this is my brother and sister-in-law's wedding. They are getting married in September next year. So my target is to save about £1,000 for this, so that's to cover an outfit, shoes, accessories, getting my hair done, getting my nails done, potentially getting my makeup done. I'm not great with makeup, I don't really wear it, but you know, I want to make an effort to look decent. So and then obviously I'm assuming there's going to be some sort of a bar, although the meal will probably be included, but I'm assuming there's going to be some sort of a bar. So some money for drinks, some money for a taxi home. We'll have to probably get a taxi home, because both my mum and my other brother, who do both drive, will likely be having a drink, which is fine. And I don't drive, so we'll probably need to get a taxi home, but me and my mum will probably split that because we live just around the corner from each other, so yeah. And then my brother, he'll probably just come and stay at one of our houses as well. He lived here with me for 2.5 years, so I know he's got the spare room here, or which is actually where I am now, or he'll go to my mum's, whatever. And yeah, and a gift for them basically, which will probably just be money, because you know they've got their own house, they've got everything, so what do you get them? But that's that. So I'm hoping that if I save £1,000, that should be enough, but we will see. Emergencies getting 100, birthdays is completed now, so yeah, I don't need to say, so I'm up in emergency to 100 and hoping that I can save £1,000 in my emergency fund by the end of the year. The Christmas binder is getting 185, so that's coming out of challenges. Bailey's binder is getting £100 as usual. Bailey's Christmas binder is getting £50 as usual. I've got £200 for my personal sinking funds here, however I don't think I'm going to put all that in, so I will probably put whatever I'm going to put in, and then what's left I will either allocate into challenges or into some of the other sinking funds, but we'll just see where we are with that. And I'll probably put some of it into the tin as well for the next year's fund, so yeah. So that's what we'll do with that, and putting £10 into the garden bin sinking fund, so that's that. And then for my debt, I've got the debt management plan and the PayPal account, so they'll be getting paid off in the next, well, by Friday, these will both have been paid. And then I've got 2 ISAs, so I've just put ISA 1 and ISA 2 just to do a wee bit of savings at the minute. It's not a lot. I will obviously start putting more into savings again once my debt's gone. But I thought £50 a month was reasonable just to start building a wee bit of savings. So one of these has already come out on the 1st, and the other one will be coming out when it comes out. So that is the budget for July, so hopefully that'll all go well. I thought I was going to have an unbudgeted spend because my hairdryer also broke this morning. However, my gran has a hairdryer which she no longer uses, so I was able to just, she gave that to me, said, you know, I could keep it till I get something else, so I'll just keep it and use it. So it works, so I'm just going to keep it and use it till such a time as it doesn't, and then I will buy a new one. But if I've got one that works, there's no point buying a new one. So that has alleviated that unbudgeted spend. So kind of spending so far this month. Well, I did a big B&M haul that came in at £106.71. That's went on the credit card. That will be paid for when my wages comes in, and that will just be out of this month's money. And then I went to Marks and Sparks for some groceries today, just because, you know, I fancied a change. I always go to Asda, but, you know, Marky's is nice. I didn't get a great deal, however it did come in at £59.99. That's absolutely fine. That came out last week's grocery monies because I didn't get any groceries, so that's fine. That's a budgeted for spend. So what else did I spend? Oh, I spent some money out the Christmas sinking fund as well. So I spent £30 on Christmas gifts. So, yep. So that leaves £910 remaining, and I spent £10 out the birthday out my mum's birthday sinking fund, because again we were in Marks and Sparks today. She saw some pyjamas they had a sale on. She hadn't seen anything she wanted, so I was like, look, I'll just get you them for your birthday. Obviously I'll be getting her something else as well, but I was like, you know what, I'll just get you them for your birthday. So she's got them, she's away with them. It's not her birthday yet, but she's just taking them away with her anyway. So yeah, so that's that all sorted out. So yeah, so I'm just going to swap £20 for 2 10s, and then I'm going to take out 10, and that's that sorted out. So there's still £90 in there for her to get her whatever else she wants. I think she's wanting a pair of trainers, which is totally fine. I'm just waiting on her choosing something, and then I'll buy them. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. So again, these two went on the credit card, but again, I've already actually paid them off. So what I've done is I've just taken the money out the Christmas savings pot and paid for these. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put this extra £10 into the challenges, and what I'll do is I'll put an extra £10 into the Christmas binder just to make up for the gift fund being £10 short, and then there'll be an extra £10 in the Christmas binder, if that makes sense. So yeah, so I want to finish this challenge today, so that'll give me my money for my sinking funds, cash stuff in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then that is £60. So that is it's totally worth it by Source Budget and Life completed. So and this has saved me £385 because what I did was on this one here where it says to save either £10 or £20 a section, I actually saved both, so I saved £150 in total for this one. And then obviously I just saved the numbers on the other ones, so I've got 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 20, 40, 60, 80, 2, 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 3, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 85. So that is perfect. That is £385. So I'm just going to pop this back into here, and that will be allocated in my sinking funds cash stuffing, because I will obviously have to get a wee bit more money out the bank for the sinking funds. And I've also got this challenge which I completed as well, the 10 hearts, and that's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So that's £485. So that is the 485 I have allocated on my budget that I am bringing in this month. And then I will bring in £200 as well from the bank account. So that will be to cover the, well actually it won't be £200 in cash. It'll be £100 digital into the emergency fund and £100 into Bailey's money, and then the rest of these will be covered from this money here. So yeah. So yeah, so that's kind of it for this month. So what I will do is I will track my expenses from the 7th to the 13th, and then I will come back to cash stuff for next week. The money that I took out the binder for cash stuffing, I've just put into the challenges to finish them, because I've still got some money in my purse. I doubt we'll be spending much. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep the money in my purse that I've got in my purse, use that this week, sorry, and then start again next week, and that'll be my week 1 of July's money, because the way that the cash works is it doesn't start till later on. So sometimes the cash we're using in the first week or the first 2 weeks of the month is actually the previous month's cash, although the bills actually start coming out on the 1st. Sorry if that's a bit confusing, but it makes sense to me. It's just because I get paid on the 7th every month, it's kind of a funny day. It's not always the same day. Like this month I'm getting paid on a Monday. I run my budget from Monday to Sunday normally. However, next month it's a Thursday. And then the month after that, it could be a Friday, it could be whatever day. So yeah, it's kind of difficult to plan, so you just kind of have to, yeah, so that's that anyway. So sorry for waffling and talking gibberish, but I hope that makes sense, and I hope you enjoy this video, and I will see you next time. Thank you for watching. Bye.